What's up, Hoopers? LeBron James has been showing some serious frustration with the Lakers organization. He's even sitting longer. Now, I do believe he's got a true injury, but bear with me on this one. There's some crazy stories coming out. Is LeBron James going to get traded? Or is he going to force his way out of LA? Or does Anthony Davis have a plan to get LeBron out? Do these players not want to play together? What the heck is going on? LeBron sits, the Lakers go 2-0. Anthony Davis is monster AD bubble, but there's some real stories within the Lakers organization that I have got to get out to you guys today. Now, all of this predates back to the beginning of the season with all of these grumblings of trading Russell Westbrook, trading the 2 first-round picks in 27 and 29, and bringing in some additional talent to surround your boy Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And as we know, none of that happened. But lately there's been some stories of your boy LeBron James going live on national television and airing out his dirty laundry. But before I get to what he said there, you have to realize LeBron James was promised one thing. Hey, LeBron, sign this extension, and when you do that, we're going to bring in a plethora of talent and at least some shooters, and we're going to make the Lakers a viable championship team. None of this they did. So the Lakers went completely against their promise, against their word, and broke it by not surrounding LeBron James with anybody. And they basically found a bunch of G League players and some minimum contracts and surrounded him with that. So when LeBron James was live on Thursday Night Football with Aaron Rodgers on the Packers losing that football game, he went on to say,
you have like a monster defensive end, you know what I'm saying, or a D tackle, like obviously. Why wouldn't you surround that when you got the picks to maximize what he can do?
Now that clip was right after LeBron James was watching the Packers get beat. Now, Aaron Rodgers is obviously a all-world talent as a quarterback, but he's also got some issues, and I think he's off into the woods drinking marijuana tea or something. I don't know what he's doing. But needless to say, it's the exact same storyline that the Los Angeles Lakers are doing with LeBron. Look, the Packers are an organization that we know forever does not trade. They like to draft their capital, produce the talent, and then, well, they get rid of them. The Lakers are on the opposite of that. They typically bring in big talent, pay big contracts, and that's something that they've already done, which has really pigeonholed the Lakers as of lately. But when LeBron said, hey, when you have an all-world talent, you need to surround that all-world talent with some actual players that can go win championships. And then all of a sudden, the guy in the chair next to him says, wait, are we still talking about football or are we basketball? And everybody starts laughing. They start erupting. And LeBron says, yeah, I mean, it goes both ways. Was he giving a direct middle finger right to the Lakers organization? Now, ever since that, we have seen the emergence of Bubble AD 2022. Now, this is something that we saw in the bubble, an Anthony Davis that was undeniably one of the best players, not only in the NBA, but in the world. He was a dominant force. He was completely unstoppable. And that's exactly what LeBron James wanted to see. A player that could shed some of the weight off of him so that he could go in there later in the game, finish it, do what he does, or at least get to the playoffs where he can do his thing. Anthony Davis has not done that this season. He did not do that the last 2 seasons, and on average, he's played only 40% of the games in an individual season. But is this emergence of Anthony Davis playing without LeBron sending a direct message to the Lakers organization of, hey, why don't you trade that dude, not me? Because just 2 weeks ago, if you remember, Miles Turner for the Indiana Pacers, he's basically forcing his way out of the Pacers organization by saying, yeah, if I had that whole Russell Westbrook situation, if I was the manager over there at the Lakers, I'd definitely be looking at this situation. And what was that situation? Obviously trading those 2 picks away, the 2027, the 2029, and Russell Westbrook, bringing in Buddy Hield and bringing in Miles Turner. Now you've got 4 viable starters. This is a great NBA team with obvious surrounding talent and guys finding their legs as of lately, like Lonnie Walker, obviously the other NBA white guy like myself, Austin Reeves, and a great showing out by Thomas Bryant and now Schroeder. But why was Rob Pelinka spotted in the Indianapolis airport, headed there? The team wasn't headed there. Was he headed there to manufacture a trade, getting rid of those draft picks, getting rid of Russell Westbrook? And is Anthony Davis sitting back and going, wait, if I play like this, Bubble AD, Do we have to get rid of that draft assets? I want to stay here in LA, beautiful LA. I bought me a crib. I'd rather trade LeBron over here, bring in a ton of assets, a bunch of draft capital, and let's just reboot this baby. And is this late emergence of Anthony Davis because of all of the trade talks? Now, just a few weeks ago, it was rumored that the Lakers were really starting to look at other trades involving Anthony Davis. So all of this trade talk of AD, all of this talk of keeping LeBron and surrounding him with talent, has your boy AD saying, yo, I'm the younger, fresher talent here. Why don't you surround me with talent? So then we've seen this Anthony Davis Monster style player. He's going off for 38 points, 16 rebounds, and saying, look, keep me here. Now, some of the trades that were involved with Anthony Davis included one with the Bulls that would send him home and bring in a lot of draft capital, and also a player like Zach LaVine, who is from LA and wants to be back home, or another trade with maybe the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, as of late, have fired everybody. Everybody's pissed. Kyrie Irving ain't playing, and it would actually send AD over to Brooklyn for Brooklyn's KD to come over to LA. Now you got Kevin Durant, you got LeBron. Everything was moving Anthony Davis away from the Lakers organization and LA, which he loves. And lastly, there was even a rumor of sending Anthony Davis to go give Luka help in Dallas, where obviously that would be a championship winning team and really not a bad situation. No state income tax. Plus, you would also on the Lakers organization receive a ton of draft capital. 3 first-round draft picks, 3 draft swaps, that's 6 in total, and you would actually get some very good players to surround LeBron with, but none of this set well with Anthony Davis. So that forced Anthony Davis to say one thing and one thing only: throw AD the ball. That is actually something that he went into Coach Darvin Ham's offense and wrote on his whiteboard. Throw the ball to AD.
2022-23, throw the ball to AD.
Hey, I love it. Let's go. Now, whether it's Anthony Davis's way of saying, I don't want to leave LA, do not trade me, trade LeBron, or it's Anthony Davis's way of saying, look, I still got this when we get a healthy LeBron James back. Don't trade all these assets. Let's make a trade and get rid of these picks and bring us in some shooters that we definitely need out there at the three-point line. And then it also begs the question, is LeBron sitting a little bit extra long saying, you know what, I don't even care. I want to get traded. This Lakers team has no chance right now. If you keep Anthony Davis, if you can trade me, you can bring in a bunch of draft capital, I'll still whoop you, but I'm going to his favorite destination, a destination that would land him with one of his best friends of all time and a championship contending team. Now, before I talk about the team that would actually make sense to trade LeBron James to, you have to realize one thing. Rob Pelinka, Jeanie, the entire Lakers organization right now, they are going to be very frugal with those first-round picks. This is something that is an actual fact. They've came out and said it. Look, we're 4-10 right now. If this season kind of keeps going the way we go, where we lose 5 straight games and we win 2, lose 5 straight games, we're not going to be championship contenders. This season right now is kind of heading in a direction to where I don't know who you could bring in to win a championship. Now, with a healthy AD playing this way, with a LeBron James doing the thing he can do, you do have to surround them with shooters. But is it enough to win a championship? Comment down below, if they brought in viable NBA players and great shooters, could they still be championship contenders? Now, Rob Pelinka must not think so, because he already lied to LeBron James and said, yeah, we're going to bring in a bunch of talent, just go ahead and sign. That's to sell tickets because they knew they're going to be a dumpster fire. But this is also something that we need to think about, because if they're going to be frugal with those 2 first-round picks, what would they actually trade them for? Or is their master plan to trade one of their big asset players like a LeBron or AD, bring in a ton more draft capital, and possibly hurt one of those teams that they trade to, because they had LeBron James sign this extension of almost $100 million, $50 million a season. So if you trade LeBron James to one of these Western Conference teams, they're going to have to get rid of a ton of their players to make the contracts work. They're going to have to give up a plethora of first-round draft picks, which makes it stronger for the Lakers to not only trade those 2 first-round picks, but now they'll have 2 or 3 extra first-round picks, and they can completely rebuild the Lakers team like that. Surround your boy Anthony Davis with some all-world talent and some actual centers who can help him not play the 5, and this could quickly turn the Lakers organization into a championship team. So, does Rob Pelinka actually have a master plan to make a Western Conference team worse, lose all of their assets, get a bunch of draft picks over to... Man, that's kind of crazy to think about. isn't it? Now you might be thinking, what is this team that the Lakers could actually trade LeBron James to, that he would actually want to go to? The Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns are one player away and a good veteran player away from winning a championship. This is something that Devin Booker, he's not made for that big scene. We've seen it. DeAndre Ayton isn't as happy over there, but they've got a lot of young players that could really help the Lakers organization, and they have some of the most draft capital in the entire NBA. So when you have an aging star like Chris Paul, you've got a LeBron James, you have these players who are dying to get a championship right now, and an organization who's dying to bring a championship to Phoenix. This is something that they would and should and could do. Now the Lakers could trade over LeBron James. It has been penciled into where the finances actually could work, but they're gonna have to wait till the end of the season because of that 5% increase that LeBron James took on his extension. And that bears the question right now. If LeBron James went over to the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and whatever other role players that would be left, because you know, Cameron Payne and Johnson, they're all coming over to LA with all the draft capital, could the Phoenix Suns be not only the best team in the West, but compete with one of those Eastern teams like the Bucks or the Celtics? And are the Golden State Warriors having such an issue right now in their organization that they'd be willing to make a massive trade to get LeBron James over there? Go ahead and watch this video right here, and I break down the entire Warriors organization and the issues that we're seeing, and if they would have some room for King James. And if you're loving these videos, make sure you dunk that like button and you subscribe so that you never miss a thing.